What is up? We're back in the shop again. This is shop vlog number 8, I believe. And we're back here on the Ranger. I got the cam put in already. We're about to find out if this thing will start. The old cam, like that's what I meant. If you saw the last video, these are so common. Look at that lobe. That should be sticking up. That's completely flattened. The crazy thing is I've seen a lot of these cams like that, and usually the rocker's real bad to go with it. This rocker, it's got some damage, but it's not like ground down. Like a bunch of them that I've seen like actually have like an indentation curve that went with it, and maybe that meant the rocker wore prior to the camshaft itself. I don't know. We're about to find out if this thing starts and runs good. Let's see. What? Yeah, buddy. All right, let's see what she does. Now it's time to go take it for a spin. All right, let's see how she drives. Low, high. Ha! No transmission problems. Dang! Brakes work. That clutch is working out so far. Yeah, boy. This is ready to turn into some money. All right, so let's see. 4-wheel drive. Put it in reverse. Reverse works just fine. Let's see if we can feel if 4-wheel drives work. Yeah, it's not slipping in the thick gravel. Honestly, it feels pretty solid. I gotta replace the bushings on the front end, and I have to put the clutch cover back on, get it all washed up, and she'll be up for sale. So I have about $830 in this. I'm gonna have to buy some oil, I believe, because I think I'm out here in the shop. Slime this front tire, because although they're brand new tires, he said that they've had issues seating the bead. But only being $830 in this, I should be able to pull probably close to $3 grand out of it. That's about a $2,000 profit, easy. And I have about maybe 4 hours in labor and 2 hours in drive time going and getting it. So that's pretty good margin right there. And that works out to about $330 an hour, which is pretty good. That is if I sell it for $2,900. So I bought another quad this morning. Hopefully it's not completely trashed. It was $300. He said it wouldn't start anymore. And then I get there, and this is what it is. I have the side covers and the seat in the back of the truck, but this right here won't shift. And I've never seen one of these Polaris transmissions where it won't shift. And I'm not talking about just like, because even if I press the brake, the detent, I don't know. He said that it shifted yesterday. I don't know. It was supposed to be $300, and when I saw he failed to mention that, I'm like, hey, can you do $150? He's like, yeah. So got this thing for $150. Worst case, I'm gonna use it for parts. I can pull the clutches. I've been going through a lot of the clutches, some of these bolts, just the little pieces that always end up holding something up from being finished up. So I'll hang on to that stuff. But I didn't know they put these bends on the early model 330s. I bet this lid and this bend is hard as hell to find. I don't know if this is, if it'll start with like carb work and I don't have to replace the transmission, we'll fix it. But I'm not dumping a ton of money in that thing. Got the LTZ shined up a little bit this morning. It's about to go to the new shop. We've been working away on that all weekend long, and it was a lot of work, but we got it taken care of. It's not done. The office is all framed out, and exterior walls, and the toolbox wall. But got in this morning, had a million packages to open, and I got so lucky. So Brutal Parts, they saw me talk about these little red clips. If you saw the video about the KX250F, how these little red clips are $25 a piece on eBay. And the dude claims they fit a Ford Ranger, but says, do not message me and ask me which Ranger. So I researched and I looked around and I looked around. I don't want to pay, it's like $100 for a used fuel line for this thing, or you have to pay $200 to get both new fuel lines. I don't want to do that just because of these clips. Turns out these clips are the same thing as on a brute force, and a brute force fuel line is really cheap. But Brutal Parts has blessed us with some, sponsored the video. Send me some clippies. So I'll put a link down there. If y'all want a discount code with his store, it'll be in the pinned comment down below. Now we're gonna check out this here Magnum. This thing looks clapped, and I'll be honest with you, if I'd have known it was this clapped, I probably wouldn't have went and got it. I'm thinking I'm gonna pop that cover right there off and see what this is. But first, we're gonna see if this thing will bust off on some carb cleaner, or brake cleaner at that, because I don't have any carb cleaner. Brake cleaner will work. And we'll do it the ghetto way and see if this thing will, if it'll start. They said they were starting it, but got it all rigged up. I really don't know if I have any interest in fixing this thing at this point. May just see. Hopefully this doesn't catch on fire. What? This is a whole flat plus quad and that started. I guess we should put some gas in it and see, because they said they cleaned the carb, but he started saying something about you're gonna need a screw. Hell, the carb's not even all the way on there. Huh. Guess we should see the transmission, because honestly, I'm kind of thinking this may just be some like cheap flip. Make it run, throw a battery on it, and sell it cheap. I mean, I paid $150 for it, so if the transmission, if I can figure out why it won't shift, then that's not too bad. But that little cover comes off pretty easy, and then I can manually shift it from the shift drum instead of through all of that stuff. There's some gears and stuff in there. Everything has to be meshed up right, but it doesn't look like somebody's taken it apart anytime recently. Maybe we'll get lucky. I'm hoping I can just turn it into a cheap flip, you know, sell it for $700-800 and make a quick buck on it. Luckily, this gauge works, because evidently these 0405 Polaris gauges are $500. Now we're gonna pop this thingy off of here. See how she looks. If it's not too bad, then I'll fix it. But I'm not gonna go all out on this one and make it some beauty queen, because there's too much shit broken. We'll just make it a run and drive. That's not stripped. That's good. All that out, she should be able to shift. Froze solid. He said that it shifted the day before, but that's not true. So I don't know what I want to do with this one yet. I do know there are some expensive parts on it. And see, I'm already thinking about, we could just part it out. No, I don't want to get back into that. But at the same time, you know, I can't really take an L when these gauges, there is one of them on eBay and it's $500. I might take and sell that gauge off of this, or see if I can find another Magnum, because these Magnum rear diffs are kind of hard to get a hold of. Maybe find one that needs that. Maybe I sell this motor locally. I got a guy who was asking about one, but that might have been more than a year ago. But I could utilize the clutches, the clutch cover. There's a bunch of little pieces off of this that would be pretty beneficial for me to have, just to use as spares. I know for sure I don't want to like go out, part it out, but consider selling the gauge off of it just to recoup my money and turn a few dollars in profit. Because I bet if I threw that thing on eBay for $350, it'd sell quick. I could make it run and then just take it to the auction. But honestly, in the shape that this thing's in, without being able to be a running and driving unit, I don't think it would bring much. Another idea would be maybe just to buy like 2 or 3 other Magnums that need stuff that this has. Then I could strip this and utilize the parts for that, like I said. But then I'd probably sell the gauge, and the gauge would end up being one of the parts I need. That would suck. I knew I was gambling with the transmission as soon as I was like, all right, I can't think of anything that's in there that would prevent this thing from moving, the shift drum from moving. Well, moral of the story, this isn't about to be some super cheap flip. That's a wrap for today. It's been a productive one. Managed to do the cam swap on this. Went and picked that up. That was 3 hours round trip just going and picking that up. I got all the parts in for the Razor. I'm gonna start rebuilding that motor tomorrow. I just don't want to do it too late tonight. It's already like 7:30. I don't know, what would y'all do with this Magnum? You know, I know a lot of the other flippers and a lot of people part stuff out, which probably y'all just say, well, just part it out. Probably shouldn't have bought that.